Dear students of English Grammar class 10th, we welcome you in our board practice set number 4. That is English version lecture, and in this lecture our topic is sentence completion. Students, in this sentence completion we will learn how to complete half given sentences in your UP board examination class 10th English Grammar. Student, this is a collection of board questions taken from previous 10-year questions. Now we learn how to complete the given particular sentence. Before we begin, you must come to know that these sentences are completed by using clauses mainly. Although, if we do not want to use clause, we must learn how to complete these sentences without using any conjunction. That is called to make this sentence complete in simple style or simple sentence. Now the main thing is what is simple sentence and what is a clause based sentence. A clause based sentence is a sentence in which we have one part, two part or more than two parts which have their own separate subject and predicate. Predicate means the part which has its verb. And the simple sentence is a sentence in which we don't use any other different verb given other than the verb given in this sentence. I mean we use only one verb in the whole sentence, and the sentence may be in more than one line. In simple, if we have only one verb, then this is a simple sentence. If we have more than one verb, that is a clause. And clauses are noun clause, adjective clause, adverb clause, and coordinate clause. These are the clauses. I mean complex sentence and compound sentence. Now students, we are going to complete this sentence based on various conjunctions, and conjunctions whenever we fill any blank to complete the sentence, you must come to know what tense is given in the beginning in the question, and accordingly we use the concerned rules in the blank in the part given blank. Now this is M. Rahman and you are attending ORSC classes of English language. Please, if you like our lectures, don't forget to subscribe our channel ORSC classes of English language, and please don't and never forget to share and subscribe and like. Now let's begin with the sentence number 1. The question is, he ran so fast, means the blue part is just given in your board examination, and this green line is a blank, and red written material is your answer, and this is a complete sentence done by us. Now let's understand how to complete this sentence and what is the reason why I have written he won the race. Now let's begin the question. He ran so fast. He ran so fast is the question, and you just come to know and save in your mind, bear in your mind, then whenever you have so plus adjective, then you use the same tense in the second part. He ran so fast that he won the race. He ran so fast because this is a positive activity and he did it. He won the race. It may be negative. He ran so slow that he couldn't win the race, that he didn't win the race. So if it is positive indication, you write some positive result, and if it is negative indication in this first clause, you write in the second clause in negative result. What is clause? Clause is a part of a sentence which has its own subject and own verb, and this is second clause. It has its own subject and own verb. So I'm saying it a clause. This part is a clause. This is another. He is so weak that he cannot pass, because weakness represents that something going to be negative. That's why he cannot pass. If you have given here was, then you will use he could not pass. According to the first tense of the first part, you will take the tense and verb according to the first one. Now let's take question number 3. This is very prominent and important rule that can be used even in CBSE board while we write any article or any notice, etc. This rule is very important whenever we write in writing section. This is I think must be taken by the student seriously. You will not succeed. Suppose you are given here, you will not succeed, and then blank. Generally students fill with the word only tomorrow. It is not sufficient. I think it would be better to give a good impression on the examiner that you fill this sentence in a clause, and the magic and the most important rule of this clause is simply, you pay attention to me what I am going to say. You will not succeed if you are given future indefinite tense. In the next part, you use if and when, if or when, any one of these two, and use present indefinite and write whatever is related to this part. Means your filling of the second part should not be awkward. It should be related to the part of the sentence given in the beginning, and both the clauses should be to complete the sense. You will not succeed when you do not work hard. Now, okay, it's good. You will not succeed if you do not work hard. Okay, it will do. This is a complete sentence. Yes, what is the rule? The rule is if you are given future indefinite, you use if or when, and you use present indefinite. Maybe in Hindi, the translation of this sentence may reflect in future, but whenever you use if and when, you never use future indefinite. With if and when, you use always present indefinite. And this sentence may be negative or affirmative, will be according to the requirement of the sense. Now let's come to the sentence number 4. And we will go quickly one after another sentences, because if you don't do this, this video will be too long, and I do not want to make all this. He was not only turned out of the class, but also fined. But also fined is the solution given by me. And this question may be in 3 various forms. He was not only turned out, he was neither turned out, he was either turned out. And actually these are 3 combinations. Not only, but also. Neither, nor, either, or. And these 3 pair of conjunctions are used in the same situation. Suppose not only is given before verb, then but also will also be before verb. If neither is given before verb, then nor will be before verb. And if either is before verb, or will be before verb. Suppose this is not before verb, all these 3, any one of these 3 is before subject, then definitely if you have another subject, there will be that will be used after but also, after nor, after or. Suppose either he or his friend, neither he nor his friend, not only he but also his friend. But actually in this sentence, not only is used before a verb, so in the next part we will repeat the same condition but also find. This is written in past indefinite passive voice, and was is taken away, and not only is connected to the verb. That's why in the next part but also find, I also connected the verb, and this was will work with both of them. Was turned out, was find. So your final answer is he was not only turned out of the class but also find. And in place of not only and but also, you can use neither nor and neither or too. Now let's come to the question number 5. Do not make a noise, otherwise. Otherwise, after otherwise you use threat. Otherwise you give some precaution, you give some warning. That is generally written in future. That is to be happen, that is to happen. Do not make a noise, and you will use in case of imperative in future indefinite. You will be punished. And you just come to know what is the translation in active voice and what is the translation in passive voice. Any one of these two, according to your requirement, you will fill this gap, you will fill this blank. And I think you must be proficient in passive voice, in active voice, in direct and indirect narration, in noun clause and other clauses, so that you may complete your sentence properly. So I think you have got it. After otherwise, you fill any warning in future, passive voice or active voice, according to the requirement of the sense. He cannot succeed unless. Unless is just like if, and I have given the definition and reasons and rules in if here. Unless he works hard. Unless is a combination of if and not. And I have told you already, after if we don't use future indefinite. So as with unless. Unless can't also be used with future indefinite. In place of future indefinite, we use present indefinite. And there may be a confusion for the new students who don't know the grammatical rules, that the translation of this sentence in Hindi may give the sense of future indefinite, and students wrongly can use will work hard. No, never use will after unless. You use in place of will present indefinite, he works hard. And one more thing is there. You should not use not, because not is included in the word unless. Unless is made up of two words, not and if. So not is included in the sense unless, and whenever you usually speak Hindi, not will be added in this added to the second part of the sentence. So he cannot succeed unless he work hard. If we write it in some other way, the meaning will be if he does not work hard. Now you will get it. If he does not work hard is equal to unless he works hard. Now let's come to the question number 7. The patient had died before the doctor came. This is a combination of before and after. Always remember, students, if you have had in the first part and you have written before, then you write past indefinite in the second part. And you can take the same subject and other type of subject in the second part, but you must use past indefinite. Suppose you are given past indefinite in the beginning and you are given here after, then you will use past perfect in the second part. But sometimes in the examination, although such type of question have never been experienced in the examination, but I am going to let you know. Before the doctor came, you can disconnect this sentence from here. Before the doctor came, and I can write in the beginning, and the patient had died can also be written in the end. Then you see, if past indefinite is given, after before, then in the second part you will fill past perfect. Now let's come to the sentence number 8. In the sentence number 8, there is something special. Neither he came nor his friend told me. In this rule, I have already told you, neither, nor, either, or are also used before the same parts of speech. Parts of speech means noun, noun, verb, verb, adjective, adjective, whatever. Now we are observing that neither is given before subject. According to my previous lecture, according to my previous words, there should be a space and there should be neither he nor his friend. But actually there is not a space, and after neither, two different things are given, subject and came. Means neither he came. It means that you will use nor and you will take another subject and another verb, some other verb. So neither he came nor his friends told me. I have used neither basically for he and came. So you will use nor, some other subject and some other verb too. Neither he came nor his friends told me. This is additional rule of neither nor. Now let's come to the sentence number 9. Please come wherever you like. Wherever means according to your wish. That's why you like. With present indefinite, we take with imperative sentence, we use present indefinite. So as with this sentence number 9, please come wherever you like. This is up to your choice. Wherever, then subject, then the tense used according to the previous clause. In the sentence number 10, no sooner did the bell ring than each student went to the ground. No sooner means as soon as. The use of as soon as is easier than that of no sooner. So no sooner, whenever you use no sooner, you use helping verb did, had, do or does. If you have here past, then you use the next sentence in past indefinite. If you have here do or does, you use the next sentence in present indefinite. It would be better for you. If you are given future with no sooner or as soon as, my dear students, you just come to know and make sure that you must never use future indefinite after no sooner, after as soon as, after when, after if, after unless, after until, and after till. After all these conjunctions, you should not use future indefinite. In place of future indefinite, you should use present indefinite. So with past indefinite, you will use past indefinite. Now our final answer is no sooner did the bell ring than each student went to the ground. Now let's come to the sentence number 11. I worked hard so that I may pass. I might pass, or I may pass. Now the main rule based on this sentence number 11 is that so that is a purpose. So that is used for purpose. So that means with the purpose of. With the purpose of, generally we commit a mistake. We make a mistake that we write can and could in place of might, but that's wrong. Whenever you have so that you use might. If your first clause in past, you use might. If your first clause in present, you use may. And you can use the same subject or some different subjects according to the requirement of the sense. and you just first grasp and try to know the sense of the first part, and according to the first part you will fill the sense of the second part, and this way your sentence will be, I worked hard so that I might pass. I think you have got it. If you are not able to understand it, then you please rewind the video and try to understand first, and then you start taking these sentences into your practice. You can learn these sentences into two ways. First way is that you learn the rule of the conjunction, that you use may and might after so that according to the first part, or you can learn the whole sentence and you can use this sentence as a sample or a specimen for another example. Now just after it, let's come to sentence number 12. When he returned from his village. When he returned from his village. Okay, I have already thrown light on this clause in the beginning on the in the question number that I have already told you in the example number in the example of after and before here, and I am going to describe it again. I told you, in case of when, if you are given a clause connected with when, means in the part of a sentence where when is connected. If when is connected with past perfect tense, then you must write in the blank in past indefinite. But if you are given past indefinite, then students, the good thing for you is that you can use any of these three options. If you are given when with past indefinite, you can write linking verb. Linking verb means was verb without any main verb. He was happy. You can use past continuous. He was singing. You can use past perfect. So finally the solution in short is when plus past indefinite comma was verb, past continuous or past perfect. Any one of these three you can choose to fill your blank to complete the sentence. Okay, I hope you have got it. And for such type of particular learning of conjunctions and clauses, please keep on watching ORSC classes of English language, and I will prepare these lectures in future, and if you subscribe our lectures, you will get definitely our all the lectures on your screen. Now let's come to the sentence number 13. Do you not know the reason why he came? This is a special sentence, and this sentence is based on a noun clause, and noun clause is known in Hindi ki clause. That sentence has ki always. I would like to speak a sentence in Hindi. मैं जानता हूँ कि वह कहाँ है, मैं जानता था कि वह आ गया है. In these sentences, whenever you think in Hindi, then you can understand it. In place of ki, if you have a question, you don't write that. This is the main thing. You don't write that in place of ki in Hindi. You write question word, and you follow the rules of indirect. Suppose you are given, he said, why do you come? Then you use why, then subject, and then verb. It means why do you come is a structure of interrogative sentence, but you change this structure of interrogative sentence into assertive sentence. Assertive sentence means you don't use helping verb just after question word, and you use subject first. Why do you come? You is changed into he, and do is deleted from here because we are going to change this interrogative sentence into assertive sentence, and why he came. In short, you can remember, you can learn that you use question word, you use subject, you use next part of the sentence. You don't or never use helping verb before the subject. In place of why had he come, you use why he had come. Write subject just after question word. Always remember this. And in this particular sentence, reason is given. That's why I have connected why here. It has become what? Adjective clause. And if you don't know what is an adjective clause, you go through our playlist and you find out adjective clause and go through all the rules deeply. If your first clause is written in interrogative, then you will put comma, a question mark here. If you have your first part in assertive sentence, you don't put question mark because of this why, because this why isn't interrogative here. This is now assertive sentence here. This question mark is because of the question given in the blue part. Now let's come to the question number 14. The teacher will take extra classes to complete your work. Because to is given here, after to we use first form of the verb. So to complete your work. The teacher. What is the purpose? After to, we use the purpose. What is the purpose? To complete your work, to complete our work, to complete anything according to the requirement of the sense, we complete the sense. And suppose we are given so that in place of to, then definitely you will use the rule given that I have already taught here. Suppose in place of this, the teacher takes extra classes so that we may pass, because takes extra classes takes in present indefinite, that's why you will say we may pass. Now you can see the teacher will take extra classes to complete our work, or you can say so that we may complete our work. Then you can complete your sentence according to any rule that you like most. Now let's come to the question number 15. I'm now in the to complete the sentence, no clause is needed. I think I am now going to teach you. Going to teach you means I am now going to teach you means I will teach you. I will teach you means going to teach you. So going will be added with this sentence in the sense of will teach you. So I am now going to teach you. This is some unusual structure of sentence for UP board students. And for such type of sentences, I think you must keep on studying and reading various literature parts and chapters, and wherever you study some new structure, I think you should note it down so that you may use them in your completion of sentences. Now let's come to the question number 16. This is a special sentence, and this is taken from some board exercise. Now hurry up is given in the beginning and you will be late is given in the ending, and there is a blank in between. Now only otherwise will do. Sometimes students think that they should write more than one words, it will be suitable. No, you fill the thing, you fill the words that are required in the particular sentence. Now otherwise will only word otherwise will be sufficient here, and it will make up the sense, it will complete the sense. Hurry up, otherwise you will be late. Now it's perfect, and it is I think right filling of the conjunction. Now let's come to the sentence number 17. Though he did hard work. Though is used in opposite circumstances. Though or although, any one of these two can be used. If you use though and although and you did some positive, result will be negative. If you did something negative, result will be positive. In this way, whenever you use though and although here, and you have the rest part of the sentence, then you have a choice whether you put yet or you put comma. Now I haven't written here yet, I put comma. Though he didn't work hard, result will be opposite. Work hard, failure, he failed. He didn't work hard, he passed. Result will be opposite. And the tense given in the first part should be used in the second. This is the main thing. And I have already told you, don't use but after though, use yet. And one of the two things, either comma or yet, is to be used only one. If you use comma, you will not use yet. If you use yet, you will not comma. You will not use comma. Now next sentence is, it is impossible to pass without hard work. Now this is the same condition as I have already told you. After to, you use first form of the verb in the sentence, and rest part of the sentence will be according to the relativity or relation to the first part or clause. It is impossible to pass without hard work. Okay, it is impossible to pass without hard work. If your work is noun, you will put hard in the beginning. If your work is verb, you will if your work is verb, you will put in the beginning. If your work is noun, you will put on the second number, and hard will be written first. This is the main thing. You don't get confused with the usage of hard work. Here work is work is noun, so I have written hard work because hard is the adjective of work, and I have used first form because to is written here. It is impossible to pass without hard work, and you will get it underlined in the examination after completing this sentence. Now let's come to the sentence number 19. As soon as I reached school, as soon as, I have already told this rule, I explained this rule in form of no sooner did. No sooner plus did is equal to as soon as I, second form, reached school. Whenever you use as soon as, you don't use THAN. You use THAN after no sooner, because sooner is a comparative degree, and in comparative degree you use THAN then. This is positive degree, and so you will use comma, and that same tense will be used here. I have already told you, and I have explained that after if, unless, until, till, as soon as, no sooner, you should never use here future indefinite, you use present indefinite. But if you are given past indefinite, you use past indefinite here. Now sentence number 20th. She is working hard. Lest is a good indication to let you know what you are going to fill in the rest part of the sentence, I mean in the blank. Whenever you have lest means is a warning. Something may happen. What will happen? You should fall ill. You should fall ill is related to your hard work. Means somebody is doing extremely hard work and it will make somebody fall ill. So less indicates a warning, and this warning is translated, is written in with the help of should, and not isn't written here without not. Also, although not is included in the sense lest, so always use should after lest, and this sentence should be negative, but not should not be written here. In question number 21, he kept on working. He kept on working. This is a very a good part of a sentence, and you can complete this sentence in so many various ways. Means to get good marks, so that he made good marks, so he passed. So many things are there. If you want to use to, you should use first form, and if you use so, there will be result. If you use because, there will be reason. You can complete through any one of these things. But if you want to make yourself perfect to appear in board examination, then you should learn these particular sentences, in my opinion, first. Now let's come to the question number 22. He speaks faster than. There is nothing more to add in this sentence, because this sentence is almost complete. He speaks faster than, only the thing or person is needed here, that is being compared to. So he is compared with his brother or his friend. You write one more noun here. He speaks faster than his brother. It is sufficient. And I think we should not try to add more and more words, and you should use your words according to the requirement of the sense. Don't try to be very smart. It will give a bad impression of us to the examiner, on the examiner. He stayed until his father returned. After until, you always use past indefinite if you are given past indefinite in the beginning. If you are given future indefinite, then you use present indefinite. After, until, till, if or unless, we never use future indefinite, we use present indefinite. But here is past. Past is connected to the past, that's why you use the same tense. And one more thing is there, until is based on not plus till. In Hindi, when you take its sense or its translation and its meaning, not is included, but we never write not in this part, because not is already included here. He stayed until your father returned. My father ordered me to complete my work. This sentence I have completed in form of a narration, or you can say indirect form of a speech. My father ordered me. After ordered me, you always do to plus first form. The purpose. Why ordered me? Because his purpose was to make me complete my work. So my father ordered me to complete my work. Question number 15 is a difficult structure. Had Ramesh worked hard? If you ever see had plus third form, you use would plus have plus third form in the next part. You must remember, it's a hard and fast rule. And had Ramesh worked hard is equal to if Ramesh had worked hard. This is unfulfilled imagination of the past, means this wasn't possible to do. And in such a case, you use not or without not according to the completion of the related sense of the first part. If Ramesh had worked hard, he would not have failed, but the result is he failed. In the next sentence, if you are given should you work hard, then you first understand should you work hard is equal to if you work hard. If you work hard means if you will work hard, but we don't use will after if, then we write if you work hard, and if you work hard can also be written in such a way, should you work hard. And after this, you always use future indefinite. And the usage of not, whether you use or not, it's up to you. Now let's come to the question number 27. Do not smoke because it's very easy. You write the reason, it's injurious to health. Now it is a very special sentence, eat to live. This is based on proverb, which is a proverbial sentence, because sometimes men keep on eating without any purpose, just like animals. It is a teaching: eat to live, but do not live to eat. Means our purpose of life is not only to eat. So far as this question number 26 is concerned, we will prepare some different lectures, and to get all those lectures you must subscribe our channel Oracy Classes of English Language. And please students, in the end, thanks for being with us, and if you want and like our such type of lectures related to board examinations and general grammar and English and spoken, please subscribe our channel, and if you like our lectures, don't forget to comment, like and share. Thanks for being with us. Keep on watching Oracy Classes of English Language. Thanks a lot.